Hi beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. Well, it didn't take long for Without a Crystal Ball, aka Katie Joy, to turn on the Blanchard family. I made a video about 2 weeks ago and I said I wonder how long it'll be before Without a Crystal Ball throws Kristy under the bus. Well, it's been 2 weeks and Katie Joy is throwing the entire family under the bus, throwing Lifetime under the bus, spilling all the tea, and let me tell you something, this tea is piping hot. I assume Katie is feeling some kind of way because clearly she is not getting her own way somewhere, somehow. And how does Katie Joy release her anger? Usually by turning on people. She made a post something about being a target and being victimized, which I will get into in another video. Then she obviously came across the news that Gypsy met up with Kim Kardashian. And that was her gap to let her frustration out. She posted, "I can't support this at all. This has become about fame and money. Too many people are telling Gypsy to get her bag. The money is being put in trusts to avoid the appearance of profiting off crime. The Hollywood people around Gypsy are not helping her at all." Then she made another post, and this is where she spills the tea. "I can't support this anymore. I have stood by for 5 years in support of Gypsy and her family, but I have reached the end of my journey. I have made my feelings known to the family. I have made them clear in January. Profiting off murder is wrong. Becoming famous for murder is wrong. Setting up trust funds to bypass laws regarding profiting off crimes is wrong. There is no advocacy here. There is only a quest for fame and money." No shit, Sherlock, and you're only recognizing that now? In fact, one of their producers told them, "Go get your bag." They have been hyped up by Melissa Moore, who exploits crime victims and has made Gypsy and her family believe they are famous. Melissa believes Gypsy can get rich off of this, according to what I was told. Now, why is this all only coming out now, Katie Joy? If you had known this all along, you weren't satisfied with what they were doing since January and you let them know. But only now you're coming clean, and that would definitely make you look very salty. This is what it's about. Money. Gypsy was abused, but she is still a murderer. I have been clear about my concerns for months. To who, Katie Joy? But I can't do this anymore. Gypsy isn't a bad person. Oh yes, she is. But bad people in Hollywood are in her head. No, stop blaming other people. Gypsy is responsible for herself. They believe anyone critical are haters. It is wrong to glorify murder. Yet, you are the one that left a comment under one of her posts saying, "Yes, slay queen, you were actually enabling and supporting a murderer." She was told to stay off social media, but she reopened her accounts. That's what Gypsy is all about. The attention, the fame. She is getting in fights with people on TikTok in comments. And did you even bother to call her out for that? Nope. She was told to not get involved with Ken during her divorce by her lawyer. Well, it seems as though Gypsy seems to be just like you. In my opinion, both of you don't listen to your lawyers. But weren't you the one coming to her defense during her separation with her husband and villainizing Ryan? Now you have a totally different story, Katie Joy. She was told not to speak to the media. I found out a few weeks ago it is Gypsy that is leaking to the tabloids. I call bullshit on that. It's all too much. I just hope at some point they can see that fame and money is not the goal. It absolutely was the goal from the get-go, in my opinion, for the Blanchard family. Meeting Kim Kardashian and the red carpet fanfare is where I tap out, because this was not what they said they wanted or that would happen. Katie Joy. It's been no secret that you definitely cannot read a room. And now you want to play once again the victim and carry on as if you were misled. I wish them the best. Until I can see change and work that is beyond money and fame, this doesn't align with my platform in any capacity. That's rich coming from you, Katie Joy. absolutely rich coming from you. Abuse victims can survive without murdering their abuser. But isn't that what everybody has been saying all this time? Where have you been? Gypsy does have a micro deletion. I saw the records this winter. She has many actual issues due to the disorder. Dee exaggerated the symptoms for money and attention, I do believe. Well, you seem to be wrong one more time, Katie Joy, because as you can see in this screenshot, Gypsy Rose herself says, I have a genetic microdeletion of one of my chromosomes, but I am part of the 75% of individuals who bears no effects. Gypsy's developmental issues are part of the disorder, but that is just my gut feeling. And Gypsy did not need a feeding tube and never had seizures. Really? Everybody knew this for a long time. She was abused, but she did not have to kill her mother. Hallelujah, Katie Joy. You're actually seeing the light. Do I believe what Katie Joy has posted? Absolutely. And the reason I believe it is because this is who Katie Joy is. If she feels that you have done her wrong, she will expose you and let out all your secrets, plots, and plans. She did it with good friends of hers, like Lindsay Chrisley and Amy King. When Katie saw the clip of Gypsy and Kim Kardashian, she, in my opinion, felt betrayed, that she was not let in on the secret and that she had to find out through the media. And finally realized that her good friend of 5 years, Crispy Blanchard, was keeping her at arm's length and only told her what she needed in order to keep her, and I'm talking about Katie Joy, as a backup in case she needed Katie Joy to do some more dirty work for her, or maybe to do some damage control. Do I feel sorry for Crispy and Gypsy in regard to Katie Joy putting all this information out? Hell no. Because, first of all, they were warned about Without a Crystal Ball, but they stuck by her. And secondly, how the hell is Gypsy getting away with profiting off her crime and still being so deceitful about it? This is just further proof at how she is such a con artist. When I say dirty work, when Gypsy was released from prison, who was the one to go after Fancy Maselli? Because Gypsy didn't want to get her hands dirty. Neither did Crispy want to get her hands dirty. So in turn, what did they do? Or who did they recruit? Katie Joy. Katie Joy was the one to be nasty to Fancy Maselli, accused her of forging people's signatures and distributing information that would basically discredit Fancy. So Katie Joy, I hope you have apologized to Fancy for the strife you've caused her, for someone that only used you. And what about when Gypsy separated from Ryan? How you, Katie Joy, made Ryan seem like the villain and continued to paint Gypsy as the innocent victim. And also played the card that Gypsy and Ken are just friends. And then when the truth was finally revealed, you were the one that said you knew all that information beforehand, but you didn't want to break the family's trust. Let me tell you guys something. Katie Joy is no better than Gypsy. She can throw Gypsy under the bus, but she was the one that was on the sidelines cheering Gypsy on, saying slay queen and doing damage control for her. Why is Katie Joy not going after Lifetime for being so deceptive? Katie Joy states that she knew Gypsy was profiting off her crime and never said a word until now when her feelings are hurt. Katie Joy said she even knew that the producers were being shady and guiding Gypsy in the wrong direction, and she still let it be and didn't separate herself because, in my opinion, Katie Joy stayed for the clout and had to broadcast how Crispy was her friend for 5 years and how she was there for her while Gypsy was incarcerated. And Crispy even wrote a statement backing Katie Joy up that the two of them were friends. And all Crispy was doing, in my opinion, was pacifying Katie Joy, keeping her on the back burner because she knew she could count on Katie Joy to do her dirty work and damage control. So Katie Joy is none the better, and at the end of the day, It is not like this is her first rodeo of throwing her sources under the bus. She even says that she was clear about her concerns for months, but she allowed her followers to be sucked in the falsity of everything. Once again, I do believe Katie Joy owes Ryan Anderson and Fancy Maselli an apology. Now let me just read you a few comments that was actually left under this post. This one says, I've seen this whole time. I've never supported this whole thing. It's still murder, and to be famous for it, what kind of message does that send to kids? I feel for her that she was abused as a child, but this is a bit much. To which Katie Joy responds, I had a conversation with her and I shared that my son was medically fragile and shared our journey. She had no response. It was really strange. She doesn't seem to have empathy for kids that are actually sick. Wow. That is very scary to me. I truly believe she can be dangerous without the proper therapy. And I don't mean once or twice a week. I'm talking inpatient long-term therapy. You would think she would have empathy and understanding with what you shared about your son. I was really emotional because her mom took resources from parents like me and kids like my son. They stole limited resources. She only wants to give back if it's filmed. Your instincts have been spot on. Gypsy did an interview teasing the Kim K meeting and said, I'm in my pretty girl era. Her attitude is changing and not for the better. She had such an opportunity to help so many people, but clearly she's going for the bag. To which Katie Joy responds, yeah, that's gross. She isn't an influencer. It's too much. Let me end with saying this. I'm very interested to see what Crispy, and yes, I call her Crispy. Don't ask me why, but I call her Crispy Blanchard. And Gypsy will have to say about this because these are huge claims to make. Gypsy can get in a lot of trouble if she is profiting off of this and basically hiding the money. And honestly speaking, it would not surprise me if Katie Joy tomorrow morning is on the phone with Gypsy's PO and spills all the beans. And I also wondered whatever happened to all the money from Dee Dee Blanchard. Did Gypsy get that money? Where is that money? Because to my understanding, Dee Dee used to stash a lot of cash, so I wonder where that money is. But anyway, to end this, I just want to say it is weird to me when that clip came up of Kim Kardashian and Gypsy Rose. Why did Kim Kardashian choose to meet her in a hotel room? Why didn't she invite her to her home or out to lunch or out to dinner? Why did it have to be so private? It was just weird. But you guys, that's all for now. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. I do appreciate each and every one of you for taking the time and watching this video. Please be safe out there. Have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. Be kind to one another and don't forget, make good memories. Bye guys.